What's up, folks? Jonathan here. How you doing? Coffee time. So I wanted to talk about um, the burqa. Was talking to a lady, and she was saying how awful it is that in Iran and some other countries that women have to wear the burqa, like the whole covering, cover something on their heads. And she was like, that just seems so oppressive. Which, you know, I'm sure the whole concept was, to keep the women in line and make sure that nobody messes with them, some other guys, and to try to control them and stuff. But over the years, I think it's become more of a cultural thing. That's why a lot of the women that wear it find pride in wearing it, because it's become less of a religious thing and more of a cultural, tribal identity thing. But whatever. That being said, she was like, "Oh, I'm a Christian lady, and I think it's so horrible that they have to, wear those things." And I I touched base on this on a video I made about 9 years ago. So I'm going to touch on it again because this just came up. But I told the lady, I said, if you read the Bible, 1 Corinthians chapter 11, you're going to find that the whole head covering thing, that originated not from the Quran, but from the Bible. Now, she didn't believe me, but I'm like, look, here's the deal, okay? The Quran was written around 600 AD. The book of Corinthians was written around 60 or 70 AD. Everything in the Quran was built upon what the Bible said, okay? So, in the minds of the folks that believe the Quran is the holy book they should follow, that book came after the New Testament and after the Old Testament. Now, I know Christians are like, no, 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 no. That's wrong. It's not the case. But either way, bottom line is the Quran was written after the Bible, okay, as we know it. And if you read in 1 Corinthians chapter 11, it says that a woman is supposed to, when she's praying or prophesying, whatever, that she's supposed to have a covering on her head. And it also says that men, if they have something on their head, like a hat or whatever, that they're not supposed to pray or prophesy with something on their head. They're supposed to take it off. It's just weird, the whole reasoning, whatever. It's bizarre. But I told her, I said, the whole head covering thing had to originate from Christianity, because the Quran and all that was after. Everything was based on Christianity or on off the Bible. And the early Christians, you know, the women wore head coverings. I mean, some still do now, right? Nuns, look at that, right? The Mennonites, the ladies that ride around in the buggies and stuff, like in Pennsylvania and everything, they all have to wear head coverings. The Amish. So, I mean, it's still happening in certain areas. But I would think today, in modern day Christianity, you point those verses out, you're going to hear a few things. Like, you're going to hear, well, that was just for that church of Corinth, okay? Or they'll say, oh, you know, it doesn't matter now, things have changed. But I mean, the bottom line is, it originated, the whole head covering thing for women originated in the New Testament. And actually, it was probably before that. You know what I mean? It's like religions that existed before Christianity probably figured out ways to subjugate their women, because back then, women weren't, they were like, you could buy them and sell them and use them, and it's just this big horrible thing. But anyways, I just thought that was interesting. The whole burqa, the hijab, I really think originated from Christianity. And apparently it became more of a cultural thing for those folks. So they still do it. They wear it. They take pride in it. Meanwhile, most, modern day Christian women, they just blow it off. Like lots of other verses out of the Bible. What it says to do this, do that, and they just blow it off. Or they make an excuse. Customize it, make it fit, for their narrative and their life. But anyways, I just thought I'd throw that out there and see what you thought. Maybe give me some comments, your opinions, and hope you're having a great day. What do you think?